I'll tell you the story of Coyote and the Quail. You probably know quail are birds. They run along the ground. If you get close to them, they suddenly fly away. But they don't fly very far. They have short wings. They can't fly very well. You may know all about them. But you may not know this. A long time ago, all the other birds used to make fun of the quail because quail can't fly very far, and birds are proud that they know how to fly. Of course, there's another bird that can hardly fly at all, the roadrunner. But a roadrunner can kill a rattlesnake. You can't make fun of a bird that will take on a rattlesnake. But quail, they're not brave. They're always running away. Most of the time, they're running away from Coyote. Coyote loves to chase the quail. But there was one time when Coyote had a big supper. He was so full that he felt sleepy. He lay down under a bush and he fell asleep. While he was sleeping under the bush, some quail came marching along in a row. They saw Coyote, and at first they trembled. Look, it's our enemy, Coyote. But Coyote looked so funny sleeping under the bush, twitching his nose to keep the flies away, that the quail started to laugh at him. Ooh. And then they thought, wouldn't it be fun to play a trick on Coyote while he was asleep? But they were afraid to get close to him, until one brave quail ran right up to Coyote and pulled a hair out of his tail. He ran back with the hair in his beak, and it made the other quail laugh. Ooh. And it made them feel braver, too. Another one of them ran up there and pulled a hair from Coyote's tail. And then another one did, and then another, and then another, and then pretty soon, they pulled every single hair out of Coyote's tail. His tail looked like a bare stick in wintertime out there behind him. And the quail all ran away, laughing to themselves. After a while, Coyote woke up. He stretched himself, and then he ran away, holding his tail up high behind him. He ran past the tall grass where the quail were hiding, and when they saw him, they laughed at him. Ooh. Coyote stopped and looked around. He said, "Who's laughing at me?" The brave quail told him, "No one's laughing. A bee must be buzzing in your ear." So Coyote turned and he ran on. But then he ran past a cactus. Usually the long hair on his tail would let it slip right across cactus needles. He wouldn't feel anything. But this time when he ran past the cactus, ow! The needles jabbed into the skin on his tail. He spun around and he saw what his tail looked like. He said, "Oh, who did that to me?" And then he remembered the quail laughing at him. He turned and went running back to the tall grass. And when the quail saw him coming, they scattered away in every direction. He chased them this way and that. They ran as fast as they could, and then they flew some, and then they ran some more. They were getting tired. It looked like Coyote was going to catch them. But just then, the brave quail saw a rabbit hole up ahead, and on the ground beside him, there was a piece of cholla cactus. He picked up that piece of cactus in his beak, and he told the other quail, follow me down that hole." He ran down the hole, and they all followed him. But Coyote came right up to the hole and started digging with his front legs. He came to the first quail, and he grabbed it by the throat. He said, did you pull the hair from my tail?" Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was someone braver than I am. Maybe it was my cousin. He's still down in the hole." Coyote let him go, and he dug some more, and he came to another quail. He said, did you pull the hair from my tail?" Oh, no, he was my cousin. He's still down in the hole." Coyote let him go, and he dug some more. But from every quail, he got the same answer, until the only one left was the brave quail. The brave quail pushed the piece of cactus a little bit farther into the hole. When Coyote grabbed him, he said, "It wasn't me. It was my cousin. He's right there in the hole." Coyote let him go, and he looked into the hole. In the darkness underground, the piece of cactus looked like a bird to him. The rough skin of the cactus looked like feathers. Coyote said, "You down there, did you pull the hair from my tail?" Of course, there was no answer. It was only a piece of cactus. But Coyote thought, aha, that must be the guilty one. That must be the one who did it. He's afraid to answer me. And Coyote pushed his face down into the hole, and he bit the cactus. Ow! He ran away howling and shaking his head, but he couldn't get rid of that piece of cactus. He ran until he came to a cave in the mountains, and he stayed there until one by one the cactus needles fell out of his mouth. And in that time, he also grew new hair on his tail. The whole time he was gone, the quail could walk around wherever they wanted to. They didn't have to worry about Coyote chasing them. And then when he came back out of the cave, they had to run away from Coyote again. But they didn't have to worry about the other birds making fun of them anymore, because not even Roadrunner had ever played such a good trick on Coyote before.